How taxation works for bonds in India. Investing in bonds, returns are not just about interest rates and yields. Taxation plays an important role in determining how those returns are treated under the law. Understanding how bonds are taxed helps investor interpret post-tax outcome correctly. Let's break this down in a simple structured way. How bond returns are taxed. There are two main ways in which returns from bonds are taxed in India. One is through the interest income that a bond pays during its life. The other is through capital gains, which arises if a bond is sold before maturity at price different from the purchase price. Let's start with interest income. Most bonds in India are taxable bonds. This includes corporate bond, government bond, and debentures. The interest received from those bonds is generally treated as income from other sources. This means the interest is added to the investor's total annual income and taxed according to the applicable income tax slab. Interest payments are credited directly to the investor's linked bank account, and the tax liability depends on individual tax profile. There are certain bonds commonly referred to as tax-free bonds. In this case, the interest income is exempt from tax, subject to the specific provisions under which the bond was issued. Now let's talk about capital gains. Capital gains arises when a bond is sold in the secondary market at a price higher or lower than the price at which it was purchased. The tax treatment of these gains depends on two factors: whether the bond is listed or unlisted, and how long the bond was held before being sold. For listed bonds, if the holding period is 12 months or less, the gain is treated as short-term capital gain. Short-term capital gains on listed bonds are generally added to the investor's total income and taxed according to the applicable income tax slab. If a listed bond is held for more than 12 months, the gain is treated as a long-term capital gain. The long-term capital gains on listed bonds may be taxed at a concessional rate without the benefit of induction, subject to prevailing tax laws. For unlisted bonds, the holding period criteria and tax treatment may differ. Capital gains on unlisted bonds are generally taxed according to the applicable rules for unlisted securities. Another important point to understand is taxation at maturity. If a bond is held until maturity and redeemed at face value, there is a typical no capital gain or loss on the principal, assuming it was purchased at face value. However, if the bond was purchased at a discount or premium and held until maturity, the difference between the purchase price and the redemption value may be treated according to applicable tax provisions. Finally, it is important to remember that tax laws can change. The exact tax treatment depends on current regulations, individual circumstances, and the specific structure of the bond. This discussion is intended to provide a high-level education overview of bond taxation. For actual tax planning or personal tax treatment, investor must refer to prevailing tax laws and consult a qualified tax professional. With that, we come to the end of our End of Bond 101 series. Thank you for watching and see you next time.